Hi, everybody.
Hello there.
I'm Jerry.
And I'm Linda.
We're the Newcomers. We try to bring you things to let you know more about this wonderful community we live in. And one of the things that you've indicated to us that you enjoy the most is when we interview people. So today we have an interview with three fantastic people.
They are friends of ours. One has been a lifelong friend, and the other two we met here in the Villages.
Yeah, they're all ladies, and they have a wide varieties of background, and we hope you like what they have to say. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you being here. We got a whole big long list of questions, and we know you have a lot to share. Linda, you want to take the first one?
Yes, I'd like for you to introduce yourselves and tell us where you come from.
Hi, I'm Brenda. I am from Southern Indiana. Actually, we were good friends with Jerry and Linda before they moved to the Villages, so we're from the very same area. And we have moved to Marsh Bend.
So I'm Susan. I moved here from Memphis, and I live in Bradford.
And I'm Cindy, and I am from Southern Indiana also, and we moved to the northern part of the Villages in Woodbury.
Well, you come from different places, and you all ended up in the same spot. Can you tell us how you came to be here?
Yes, Jerry. We've been friends with Jerry and Linda for decades. My husband Pat and Linda actually were raised on the same street. I actually met Jerry when we were in high school.
Wow.
When Jerry and Linda got married, and then me and my husband got married, we ended up having children about the same time. And then Jerry started coaching our children. And so we became bleacher friends. And so we literally have been friends our entire life. When Jerry and Linda moved down here, they had trouble getting all their things on their truck. And we were coming down anyway on vacation. And so we offered to bring the rest of their things in a U-Haul. And so we did that. And within 2 days, we knew where we wanted to spend our next winter. So we rented a house on the way home. And then we spent the next winter here in the Villages.
So I came to visit here a couple of years ago to see some nieces of mine that were visiting their grandmother. And I thought, this is a really active, happy place to be. And it's not the old people that you think it is. It's just very active people. So I was walking around going, I could see myself living here. And Village is legal now, but at the time I wasn't. So I researched a lot. I ran across you guys on YouTube, of course, got addicted to the channel, learned all about it from you guys, and thought, I want to come back and do the lifestyle. And then you come and visit, and then before you know it, you're buying a house.
That happens to a lot of people.
And then my husband and I are both widows, and we've been married 8 years. And the entire 8 years that I've known him, he's always talked about moving to Florida. And he had talked about the Villages, and to be honest with you, I really didn't know about the Villages. But every time we'd come to vacation on the Villages, we'd pass the signs on the interstate. He's like, I want to move there. And so we were sitting there talking to our nephew, who's good friends with David, Jerry and Linda's son, and they were going, you need to watch Jerry and Linda's channel. They have a channel on the Villages, and you can learn about it. And we watched them for about a year, and that's all my husband continued to talk about. And so we decided to do the lifestyle visit. I told him, I said, you've got to try it because we don't even know if you're going to like it. And he loved it. And then we were scheduled for another lifestyle visit, and he ended up having to have open heart surgery, and that delayed us a little bit. So after he recovered from that, we came to the second lifestyle visit just to see what size house we wanted, and ended up buying a house. So it's funny how things work.
So the lifestyle here is very active. Can you tell us some activities that you're involved in?
Well, I still work part-time. And so my activities probably aren't as many as these ladies, but I do water aerobics, I bike ride, I walk. I'm a member of our community AED program. And so we're trained, my husband and I are trained to be able to respond if anybody has a heart incident and their heart stops beating or they stop breathing. And we're on the golf cart all the time, just on the go all the time.
Well, I don't play golf, and I know a lot of people move here to play golf. I don't play golf. It's not in my top 10 things to do. But I love pickleball. Love it, love it, love it. I love basic walking the dog around the neighborhood. I love learning and taking all the classes that are here through the clubs, through the Enrichment Academy. You can take anything from, arts to acting is my new favorite thing.
Oh.
So my background is in mental health, which is a very serious type of job. So the acting thing, I thought, this is way outside of my box. Just try something new. I love it.
How fun.
I know. So so many things you can learn. It's my favorite thing.
And for me, I'm a very active. I love being outside, so I love outdoor sports. I've tried a lot of things. I've tried dragon boating, water aerobics, cardio drumming. I love cycling, pickleball, but I've kind of settled on cycling and pickleball just because I'm still working as well. And that's really about the that's all I have time for.
And that cardio drumming, that is really popular.
It's fun.
But that's one I found I didn't like. But it's so popular.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It is.
Well, you get to take your frustrations out on that ball.
She does it in her acting.
Yeah.
Well, you're very active, ladies, and I know two of you are mixing work and play. That's what they say. If you want to get something done, ask a busy person. We've heard so many people say they don't know how they had time to work when they were working because there's so much to do here. Do you go to the squares? I know when we first came, we were going quite a bit. We still love it, but we don't go down so much unless we have company. Do you guys go to the squares?
We do, not as much. We still enjoy it. It seemed like it fell off a little bit during, and I hate to use this word, snowbird season, but it did get a little crowded, so we stopped going a little bit as much. But we still go. We still love the bands. We love people watching. Everybody's so nice there.
Do you usually go during the area, the Spanish Springs? Because you live up near Mobley.
Yes, we're in the northern part, so we usually go to Spanish Springs. That's usually the one we go to, but we will venture down to the Brownwood in our golf cart. It's about a 45-minute drive in our golf cart, and we're in for the adventure. Why not, So
I go to the squares mainly to go to the restaurants. I like to eat out, and I have no problem going out on my own. I like the nice restaurants. I sit at the bar. I people watch. I chit chat. So highly recommend just find the restaurants. Get you a nice little chair on the inside bar. Most places have indoor and outdoor bars, which is awesome. If you like the weather outside, you sit outside. Sit inside with air conditioning, but you can people watch and see out and then talk to locals. So that's my favorite thing.
We are here part-time, so we're usually here 1 month and then we usually go home for 2 months. So the fact that we're only here for a month at a time is kind of like a brand new vacation for us. And so yes, we're excited to go to the squares. And yes, we visit the squares probably four times a week, maybe 5 times a week. We like the squares.
I know I didn't tell you I was going to ask you this, but you mentioned you like to eat. I mean,
We all do.
Yeah. And I wondered, I had a bad experience lately. I'm not going to share what it was. I don't ever tell the bad ones, but I try to promote the ones where we have good service and good food. Can you guys recommend any restaurants for people that are maybe here on a lifestyle or new to the villages?
My favorite in Brownwood is Prima. Great service. I don't care what's wrong with your food. They will make it right. A new place that's more up north is Coastal Del Mar because they've got a huge nice door bar area. And there's TVs if you want to watch the sports. Of course, I'm closest to Sawgrass, which is McGrady's for your fish and chips.
we like going to the country clubs.
That's right.
We love the country clubs, and they've always got a great view. The staff that works there, they're just wonderful. The food's great. You could usually find some sort of special through the week if you follow Villagers Eats. And so we enjoy going to the different country clubs just to see what's out there.
We're not finicky eaters and we like almost everything.
Well, but I know what you like. You like that $6 burger at World of Beer on Monday nights. Huh?
Yeah, that's a place that we often meet Jerry and Linda there.
Yeah, and Taco Tuesday.
Yeah, Taco
I'd
Tuesday.
tell you the name of that restaurant if I could pronounce it.
Well, you don't want me to say it because I'm from Kentucky originally.
It starts with the M, right?
Yeah, Las
Maguayas?
Maguayas, thank you. Yes.
Might be Maguayas. I
Yes.
don't know.
Yeah.
If they have
But,
tacos, that's what counts.
Yeah, they
and
have
they're
tacos for
great.
$1.95. Really good.
We love it.
All right. Now, Susan, I'm going to pick on you for this
Okay.
question because you're the only single lady here.
Okay.
We're deluged with questions from single people saying, I'm afraid, I don't know if I could go. You were brave. You came from Memphis by yourself.
That's not brave.
It's not.
I think
don't
it's brave.
But there are a lot of single people here, men and women both. There's a couple of clubs I'm thinking of that I'm a member of. They have a Facebook page and a group that are well over 1,000 members that are just singles. You've got widows, you've got divorced, you've got some never married. But they have activities almost every night of the week, whether it's going out to eat. I went last night to Red Sauce at Lake Sumter. Just a group of 20 men and women. It was great. And it's not the meat market thing. It's really single people who want to do the activities but have other people to do them with. So it's a great. So I wasn't worried at all about married people. When I do go out and sit at the bar, I meet these nice married couples. And so, it's nice all the way around.
When we get letters, the people that are reluctant to come here, you wouldn't believe how many say they hear it's all about drinking down here. Now, we don't drink, and we know that some of you might be, I sip some wine or whatever, but do you find that to be a problem? There are too many people that are intoxicated or drink too much?
I can think of one person that's like have a double fister. one man, I won't say his name, but no, I don't see like drunk people at all.
No.
People may drink a lot, but it's not drunk people.
I don't see them getting out of hand.
Yeah.
Of course, I guess maybe we're not out as maybe as much of the squares as what we were before. But even at that, I just don't see that. I think that's kind of the misconception, one of the many misconceptions with the villages, is the old people or they're drinking
Right.
heaven forbid, we've all heard about the colored little loofah sponges. So none of that is true. I don't think so.
I don't see the drinking.
Yeah. Back in Indiana, when you play golf, my buddies would have a case of beer on their cart. They'd be rolling around by the back nine, their carts are driving all over the place. Here, I never see anybody drinking beer on the golf course.
No. And that brings up a point. This weekend, we had our grandkids here at the pool, the family pool, and there was a young man with his family, and he wanted to know if he called me over and he says, "Can I have a beer here?" And I thought, I don't think so. I've never seen anybody with a beer at the pool, so I don't see anybody with an open can of beer or anywhere at all.
Yeah, I think he could have. I think it's okay. If he's old enough, I don't think that's a problem at all.
I've not seen it either.
Yeah, well, we can maybe help dispel those couple of myths there. All right. Have any of you been able to take a day trip from the villages or go do something that, people are saying, what can we do? Where can we go within an hour of the villages? Have you done anything?
Yeah, we went to Clearwater. Our granddaughter, she was a senior in high school, and her and her two teenage friends came down, and we took them to Clearwater. We've gone to Buc-ee's in Daytona. That was a big trip. We have several others to do. We've gone to Mount Dore, just different ones around the area. It's beautiful, and it's great to be able to get out and explore outside of the villages.
I decided to go see the beach, so I just drove myself and my dog to a hotel at Daytona, which was the nearest beach, I thought, and just enjoyed staying a night or two, for the weekend, just to be on the beach. But I've done the day trip with you guys on the pontoon boat. That was lots of fun.
Now, you mentioned Annie, that's your dog, right?
Yeah.
How have you found the villages as far as dog friendly?
Super dog friendly. A lot of people have pets. So I think it's very dog friendly. I've only run across one person who was like an anti-dog. If it sees a dog coming, don't come in my yard. It's only like one person out of like the thousands of people that are here. So absolutely.
Yes, we have taken lots of day trips. I'll be honest with you, the one that we probably enjoyed the most is Silver Springs. We love their canoe trips. You see so much wildlife. And we take older people as well as our grandchildren, and they all love it.
There is a lot to do. There's a lot to do in the villages, and there's a lot to do around. you know, in just about every direction. You've got the Manatees up at Crystal River. You've got Silver Springs. You've got Rainbow Springs. You've got Homosassa. You've got Orlando just up the road. I mean, there's just, if you have the time. Now, people like to talk about healthcare here. It's another thing that scares folks. And some people love it here. Some people hate it. Have you had any experiences with healthcare? Have you been able to find a doctor or a pharmacy and a dentist and those sorts of things?
Well, my first year here, I thought I would get established with somebody who took my insurance. It took a few months to get the appointment, but once I had that, he spent so much time with me. It was very weird. I'm like, when is this appointment going to end? Because they just spend so much time with you. So that was pleasant. And the nurse and the receptionist at the desk, so I was very pleased.
I've had very good experience. We are up in the northern part of the Villages, so I literally can ride my golf cart to get a thyroid screening done or a scan. I've very convenient to a lot of the doctors. I love the dermatologist here. I did have to travel out to Ocala to find one of the doctors. So, but that's okay. Ocala's not that far of a drive. So.
All right. Would any of you like to describe what a typical day in the Villages would be like for you?
Huh. All right. My favorite thing, you got to have the newspaper. You got the newspaper and a notepad. Because you go through the newspaper, see all these activities, and I just write down whether it's a concert, it's a group or a club or something free, and just take notes, and that gives you so many ideas of what to do. So that's a tip for me.
I get up and read the Villages newspaper, the Daily Sun, and do the same thing, see who's going to be at the town square. Then I usually will either head out walking or go to water aerobics, come back, and then I'll work a couple of hours at home. I've adjusted my schedule, being part-time and being down here. That's been an adjustment to me. It used to, I'm a morning person. It used to be that I'd hop in there and start working right away. But I found that maybe I want to work in the afternoon when it gets a little hotter and do my little fun stuff in the morning and the evening. So I do have a little bit of flexibility with my schedule to be able to do that.
And for me, I usually start my day off with a walk, and then I usually do a little office work, and then it's either to pickleball or to cycling, one of the two. We're like Cindy, we like to work in the afternoon where it's hot, but then usually we close down around 5 and we head off to the squares in the evenings or with some friends.
You have shared some wonderful stuff. In fact, there's a performance coming up soon at the Savannah Center, I believe, called Calendar Girls. Have you seen that advertised?
No.
I
saw it in the paper, yes.
I think you three and Linda could all be calendar girls, but there is a little nudity involved in that, I think. But you're all great. And I wondered before we left if you could share anything with our viewers that might ease their mind or give them a little more information about moving to the Villages.
The thing that I absolutely love about the Villages is the energy. So much energy. And also the nature. Oh my goodness. The way the Villages keep things so well manicured, it's just breathtaking. And the wildlife. Something you enjoy daily.
I love that. I love that. As a matter of fact, Jerry, I have written up 7 tips by Susan. If you're thinking about moving here or you're new here, obviously you got to watch Jerry and Linda because you're going to learn so much. And these are the greatest people, a great representation of living here. Am I right? And I already mentioned get the Daily Sun and a notepad. Study the area maps so you will know, you'll get a feel of all the different squares and zones, and just knowing directions, I think, is going to help you a lot to get around. If you buy a house, have the seller of the house give you the info about the neighborhood gatherings, whether it's the potlucks or whatever. Number 4, do not be on time to events. Be early. Be early. The first neighborhood potluck I went to, I was like 7 minutes early with my beautiful scalloped potato dish. I come in, and the people had already gone through the buffet line. And I'm like, so you got to be early. Number 5, go get out. Go walk. Soak it all in. Go to these events. 7, already mentioned, is learn something new. Learn something that's something you've always thought about, something that will challenge you, or something you used to do. Like as a kid, I was like a little dancer. So I'm taking adult tap dancing, I think, come July. So that'll be fun. I love Publix as a grocery store. I love the weather. And as you said, what are you doing? Yeah. And I love the clean landscaping.
Yes.
You will never find a piece of anything on the ground, even after a storm. So great tips for living here, in my opinion.
I'd like to just add a few. Explore the entire villages. We ended up moving up north. We were not planning to move up north. Everybody told us to live between the sixes. You've heard us talk about that so many times. My husband's cousins live between the sixes. We even we did the lifestyle visit. We were down further south. We thought about building. But we ended up in the north and we love it. There is new young people moving in all the time. There's great established neighbors. The landscaping's beautiful. There's less traffic. We're more convenient to different shopping and to medical centers. Like I said, I can literally drive my golf cart in 2 to 3 minutes and be at an imaging center to get a CAT scan. I could drive to Publix in 2 to 3 minutes. I can, in my golf cart, I could be at Walgreens. Don't just listen to what everybody's telling you to be between the sixes or further south. Explore the entire villages and find what's best for you.
They're all great, I think.
You can't go wrong
You cannot
anywhere.
go wrong.
Yeah.
And plus, I like going outside of my neighborhood. It's just 15 or 20 minutes to go to the furthest kind of main square, and you feel like you're in a different town by 20 minutes away, but it's still the villages. It's still your neighborhood.
One other thing is when you do come a lifestyle visit, get in that golf cart. You all said it before. 2 weeks ago, we went 92.3 miles in the golf cart and never left the villages.
Cow.
Wow.
And so it's fun. It's an adventure. That's what you're coming down here for, is the adventure.
Yeah.
Do things, get out of that comfort zone,
Yep.
do things and explore.
For me to be playing pickleball at 65 blows my mind because I've never played any racquetball, and here I started playing pickleball at 65. Yeah, we have a pickleball club in Indiana. Pickleball peeps.
Ladies, you have given us a wealth of information, and it's really been excellent. We thank you so much for joining us today. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
It's a lot of fun.
Anything with them is fun.
Absolutely.
Thank you, guys.
That was fun.
That was fun. I enjoy listening to my friends and getting to know them better, and all my friends out there knowing my friends.
Yeah. Now, only one of those folks did we know before we moved to the villages, and that was Brenda. Like she said, she's a lifelong friend.
Right.
The other two we met, one of them right here walking her dog in the neighborhood.
That's true.
And we've had a lot of fun getting to know them, and they're great people, and they're very typical of the people that you'll find here in the villages. You single ladies out there saw that she's quite happy, and you can be happy here too, I imagine.
Right.
We hope you liked the show, and we really appreciate you watching.
If you liked our video today, please press that like and subscribe button and share it with all your friends. Until next time.
See you when you get here.